I need my panel to weigh in this because it's a lot to unpack. MSNBC national security analyst and former CIA and DOD chief of staff Jeremy Bash, former Democratic senator from my home state of New Jersey, Bob Torricelli, and former Republican Congresswoman Nan Hayworth from New York. Senator, I always go Jersey first. So to you, we know the president has said it over and over. No collusion, no collusion. But these latest developments, who Mueller is focused on, sounds more like obstruction.
You know, I just don't believe my lying eyes. I agree with you that it is, this morning, it is overwhelming. Everyone seems to be interviewed and on the same subject, all headed towards the president. But indicting a president of the United States on obstruction of justice isn't like going after you or me. Prosecutors would call this, it has to be a headshot. You can't miss. And it is hard to believe you can make an obstruction of justice case that's that airtight. I haven't changed my mind, despite all the evidence to the contrary. They're either going in realizing this president has engaged in such unethical conduct that he needs to be removed from office, and they're going to set up a perjury interview. Because you and I, no matter whether you like Donald Trump or not, he is incapable of a multi-hour interview without committing perjury. It's just who he is. He can't stay on a script.
Yeah, I mean, the last time he was deposed, when he was in the lawsuit against Tim O'Brien, he told dozens of lies.
Or they're rattling the tree, getting everybody interviewed, and this is what I've always believed this was in the end of the day anyway. This is going to return to a money laundering case or a case of collusion with Russia. We'll see, but despite everything we're seeing this morning, I'm still not convinced that's what this is about.
That is important to note, that they could be rattling the tree. Yeah. They're bringing all of these people in for questioning, whether it's Pompeo, Jim Comey, Mike Rogers. It doesn't mean that something definitively happened. And would you agree that obstruction of justice is a tough nut to crack?
Well, and I agree completely with the senator in terms of there doesn't appear to be any obstruction of justice case. Certainly, it doesn't surprise me at all.
I don't think he said it doesn't appear to be there's obstruction of justice. He said it's hard to prove.
Okay, but I'll use it a slightly different
wording. Hard to prove, and for a president of the United States case, that's to be overwhelming.
There's nothing. The president has acted entirely within his purview, even in the actions that we don't know directly from his self-reporting, but from what's been described. Nothing he's done is something he cannot do, or nothing he said is something he cannot say. It doesn't surprise me at all that Special Counsel Mueller would seek to interview these various parties, none of whom have evinced any sign of unease or doubt about what they're doing in this administration. But in fact, the real story is that, and by the way, the president, neither the president nor the administration is going after the men and women of the FBI. What we're saying is, or what they're saying is, and what I would agree with them about,
President Trump goes after men and women of the FBI all the time.
That there's, Stephanie, he is talking about Peter Strzok and Lisa Page in particular, and to the extent that Andrew McCabe was their supervisor. Their superior, and of course James Comey, all of which have committed acts, peers have committed acts that would definitely appear to be leading toward an attempt to sabotage the Trump campaign and advantage Hillary Clinton. And this is a story that's not completely told by Peter Alexander this morning when he was mentioning Strzok and Page. But they actively corresponded about matters that sounded very much as though they were trying to sabotage this campaign. Peter Strzok edited the language in Comey's announcement about Hillary Clinton so that the language Comey used would not be language that would be specifically actionable from a legal standpoint. I mean, there's just tons of evidence that they were conspiring, this cadre within the FBI. It's not 99% of the FBI, I'm sure, is not involved in any of this. But within the FBI, there's a lot of power, possibly, to throw wrenches into presidential campaigns, and it certainly looks as though that's what's been done.
Jeremy Bash, want to weigh in on that?